Hi Gary, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you, Peter?
Good, good. Thank you for doing this interview with me.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to
Hey,
help.
yeah. All right, let's get started. First one is think back to when we first met when we were 15. What was the first impression of me when you met me?
So I think from first impression, he seems like a very cool guy to me because you look different than the stereotype that I had in mind actually. Because when we were in middle school, we had to wear school uniforms, and then we needed to have the same haircut style. So I thought, you just came to America and then study in high school. You would have that same, school uniform and then haircut style, but it was different. You had the perm hair, uh, a little bit long hair, right? And then you had your, unique, I don't know, dressing style, and then you had glasses on. So he seems like a pretty cool guy, you know, to me.
Yeah, I was still a nerd with the glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay. Um, next question would be during the 4 years of high school, use one word to describe each year of me and why you chose these words. And like, are there any changes throughout the 4 years?
Okay. So I think for the first year, I would use the word quiet because, like I said, we just met each other right in freshman year, and I didn't speak a lot of Chinese at all because I was educated in a full American middle school, so
Mhm.
I wasn't allowed to speak Chinese at that time. So
Okay.
with that in mind, you seemed pretty cool, and then you would speak English to me, and then you didn't really, ask me about like I guess you weren't like judging me.
Okay. Yeah.
So you seem pretty cool. But then at one time when you approached me and you asked me if I speak Chinese, so that's when I really thought about, you know what? Actually speaking Chinese to you, you know, it's fine. So yeah, I would use the word quiet because we didn't know each other very well. So yeah. And then for the second year I would use social because second year we got together and then we know a lot more about each other. You also joined mountain biking team, so we became good friends. We played League of Legends video games, and then in the free time we also went and play table pool together. So yeah, and we got dinner together. Yeah, so I would say second year is very social. Third year, I would probably use the word athletic because I remember you joined the cross country ski in that year, and then we would go work out together at the gym. Yeah, and you look a lot more fit than the previous 2 years, and then I guess you play less video games.
Yeah.
And then the last year, I would probably use the word focused because uh, we didn't have classes together a lot in the last year, right? And then basically after mountain biking, even in mountain biking, we were in a different race. So we would only practice together, and then sometimes we just don't spend as much time together as the first 3 years. And then you also sleep a lot, sleeping, and then you also prepare for college. So I guess you were really focused, and then it was COVID year as well. So yeah.
Mm, yeah. So anything you think throughout those 4 years that happened, like any significant events that um lead to these changes that you just mentioned?
Actually, not necessarily, because I feel like this is a process of grow up and mature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like when we just got into high school, we want to socialize, we want to play, and we weren't really care about like a lot of things. We just want to have fun, right? And so as the when we get to junior year or senior year, we care more a lot about college life and about studying. I guess we're more focused. So that's just the general idea of why I gave those 4 words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just life, I guess.
Yep.
Uh,
Proud of growing up.
okay, next one. Based on what you know about me, what's one thing that you think would be the most difficult for me to transition from high school to college, and why?
That would definitely be on time. Because as I remember, you're sleeping a lot. And then even during vacation, I remember you stay over at my house for Thanksgiving, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you sleeping a lot. You sleep a lot for sure.
That means I
Like I don't
need.
know, 11 or 12 o'clock, you would just get up and I already had my breakfast and I already my day already started and you just woke up.
Yeah.
So I thought in college there were no like dorm parents or anything. So and the classes won't take attendance as strict as high school.
Yeah.
But I thought you might miss the morning classes. Yeah.
Well, the fact is, I never missed a morning class, even with even with the ones that starts at 8:30 a.m. like on my.
Wow. I guess that's very surprising.
Yeah, that was my vacation mode. Okay, that's I just
Okay,
need
fine.
sleep, right? Um, but yeah, you're right. I mean, no dorm parents. I need to set up alarms and do everything on my own. I actually didn't have time to clean up my room, like
Yeah.
unpack my suitcases from like 8 weeks ago when I first got here, because I was just busy the whole time. I only pull up like 2 or 3 posters in my room, and I still have a lot of decorations to do. But every week, even the weekends, is really busy. But yeah, I guess I need to
Yeah.
get on track of my personal stuff, maybe.
Yep.
All right, next one will be throughout the past 4 years, what have you noticed about me that you didn't know before? Like the past 4 years when I was in college.
I guess I wouldn't say that I didn't know before, but I see a change.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he became quiet or mature
Okay.
because I feel like you don't talk as much as before, and the topic we focus on are different.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like before we literally talk about like some silly stuff.
Yeah.
We talk about girls and then we talk about some anime or something. But now it's different. We talk about different subjects. We talk about like how to find jobs. We talk about like just society issues or problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So just more stressed? Is that what you mean?
I guess it's more stressful. Yeah,
Yeah.
the more the more stressful it
Because
becomes.
you use the same word for my like this question to my freshman year in high school, like quiet.
Or I say quiet or mature because I don't know like which one. I feel like COVID could affect that. I feel like after COVID, when we first started going back to school again from online classes,
Mm-hmm.
I was quiet as well. Like, I at the moment, I didn't even know like how to socialize with people anymore. Like, it just feels kind of awkward. And then, from a small community, 200 students, high school to like, a couple of thousands, 10,000s of students in a college. I didn't really know how to handle that situation at the moment. So I thought, that could be the same case for you, or you just became more mature and then you think a lot more before you would speak.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Cool. All right, next one. What do you think I cared about the most in my teenage life? And has that changed throughout the past 4 years in college?
Teenage life.
Like in high school?
Okay, so I would say definitely had fun. You didn't care a lot about other people's opinion, I would say. You love watching anime, and then we talk a lot about girls, and then you cook a lot. Like I said before, at vacation time, you spend at my house, and then you would cook every dinner and lunch because you weren't up in the morning. But yeah, I feel like it was a lot more fun in teenage year. And then in college life, you talk a lot more about work, about school, and then about the friendship you had with your roommate. And I feel like sometimes you overthink a lot, right? You would ask me like you didn't know like what to do, or you didn't know like what you would focus on, and I would give some random suggestions, just based on my personal opinion. But yeah.
Mm. Yeah. I guess that's a lot of changes. But yeah. All right. Next one. What's one thing during each year of my college that you heard about me talking to you the most? Like from freshman year to year in college.
Freshman and senior, we talked a lot about internships and what would life be after college, right?
This year,
Like
senior year, yes. What about the 3 years before?
3 years before,
Like,
honestly, I don't remember.
okay.
What did we talk about? We spent the first 2 years back in China online, right? Studying online. So it was a different environment for you than me because I stayed here by myself, and then you would go to classes, but different times.
Mhm.
So I guess we shared our different experience of having online courses.
Okay, for the first 2 years, you said?
Yeah, and then you always telling me like you and your roommate when I didn't get this like delicious food, authentic Chinese food, I would never be able to get from here. So like yeah.
Okay. What about the junior year in college? Like last year?
Junior year, last year. What did we talk about last year? Can you give me some hint?
Oh, I was in Japan, I guess, but
Oh yeah, yeah. You talk about like I guess how Japan was different than your expectation,
okay.
and I feel like that can really change. I don't know, maybe your lifetime goal. I don't know if you want to spend more time in Japan or not, but I feel like when you experience that, type of, I guess, I don't know, strict, because you talk about like how you cannot go out or like after a certain time, right?
Yeah, we
And
have.
then there's the language barrier, which makes it even harder. We have already experienced that once, and I'm not sure, like, how you would approach that differently from the first time, or did you approach differently? So I feel like that can really be something that changes, your thoughts.
Yeah. Cool. All right, next one. Why do you think we can maintain this friendship after we were separated to different colleges?
That's because we just like to talk to each other, and then we also like, we all, both of us are good listeners, I guess, and then we agree on a lot of, I don't know, society issues, and also like opinions on, I guess, like we kind of emotionally support each other in some way, because when you're stressful, you would talk to me, and then I would tell you my way of how I would solve that specific event that might cause stress. And then if I had some, if I'm dealing with stress, and then I would talk to you, and you would also give me your opinion on how to solve that stress. So I guess that is just how we maintain our friendship, right? And for some of my other friends, they won't listen a word. They would think, that's nothing to talk about and or to be stressful about. So I feel like we just shared like the same. I don't know. I don't know what's the word for this, but yeah, I feel like we can just really talk to each other and listen.
So I'm a good listener, and then I can resonate with you well.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Like, I don't know. Like empathy, maybe?
Mm, not 100% correct, but sure.
Yeah, okay.
I'll take it.
Okay, okay. All right, next one. If you were to meet me in college instead of high school, do you think you would still want to make friends with me, and why?
Mm. I actually don't know about this
Okay.
because it's different.
Yeah.
High school, it was a much smaller community. We only had like what total of 200 students. It's hard to not know everyone. Literally, like you would go to this class with literally everyone in that high school. Whereas college, from my perspective, is different. It's a much larger community. You don't have to make friends in college. You don't have to socialize. You literally just have to go to class and then attend class and do the homeworks, and that's it. So I'm not sure. Like from also you became more mature, right?
Yeah.
If we met in college, and then what if you think I would just be like that stupid guy that talks a lot, and then
No, no,
you
no.
know,
But
you probably won't even approach to make friends with me. So that's why I say I don't know. Would Peter think that I'm stupid?
no, 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 no. But yeah, I guess I'm harder to talk to in college. I guess if a stranger just bumps
Right.
into me on the street, and then tries to talk to me or whatever, I will be, um, I don't know. I will say hi. I will respond, but I won't try to make friends. Whatever. I mean,
Right.
yeah, because I already have you, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't need that
Thank you.
many friends. I guess in college is more about, um, when it comes to socializing, it's more about what you can get from the other person. Like whether it's emotional support, whether it's feeling great, hanging out together, or whether you guys have the same goal, to go to reach to whatever. But yeah, I guess I can never go back to high school.
Right. And also, I think that in a larger community, where your thought, you would think that it's easier to make friends, but actually it's the opposite. Because there are so many people out there, right? And then you don't really need deep or quality conversations, right? Because you can just talk to a person for 2 minutes and then switch to another guy,
Yeah.
or talk to another people. And whereas high school, you really have the time to talk to the other person, because I went to this class. There's like I don't know 100 students, and then I met a guy, and then but I didn't. We didn't like exchange our social account, and then after that, I never met him again in the same class. Even though we're taking the same class, but I never met him again. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, a lot has changed, but yeah. All right, next one. What did I do in college that impressed you the most?
From my perspective, I think you're really sticking with your path, or finding a path to achieve your goal or your dream. I'm not too sure about that, but you can tell me if I'm wrong. because you told me about how you would spend the whole afternoon in the kitchen, right, or the dining hall, and then you would help the kitchen staff to cook, or helping the dining hall to prepare meals, right? And then you also mentioned how you find this internship. Was it during the summer or was it during school year at a bar? And then you also talked to the supervisor and then about like writing recommendations letter or something. I feel like that's very impressive to me because I personally I want to become a barista, but I never really focus on that. I focus on my major, but when my major is different than my dream, I don't know which one to choose. But I guess it's very impressive for me that you can really align your major and your dream together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That
you really work
was
for it.
yeah, that was preparing food for the class. I was with the group, not my not myself alone. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But still, you're part of that. Yeah, so
yeah, yeah. I'm glad that was also part of my class, but I guess it's the lab section of the class, and I'm really I really like that class a lot, and yeah,
yeah, just go for it.
yeah.
Why
But
not?
all right,
Do what you
next
want.
one.
Do what you like.
All right, next one will be three possible jobs that you think match my personality and skills after I graduate from college.
First one's gotta be chef. Like that Thanksgiving, you really impressed me with your cooking skill.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
that was the best Thanksgiving. One of the best because I didn't have to cook, and then the meals you prepared were really good. So I think, yeah, first would be chef. They
Okay.
really align with your skills, and then your personality. You would spend a lot of time in the kitchen or dining hall. So yeah, and then the second one would probably be author because I feel like sometimes you have a lot of interesting thoughts that were just aspect that I never thought about. I can't really give specific example right now because I don't know like which one I should talk about. But then at the same time, like similar to chef, I really feel like you're somebody who can sit at a desk or spend the whole afternoon in the kitchen, right? Just doing one thing.
Mhm.
So I thought, author method you well.
Just
And then
focused, you said?
author,
Right. So like
writer.
so I'm focused on one thing, doing
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I feel like you can really focus on one thing, whereas I can't really focus on one thing for a month.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
That's the tough.
What about
Right.
what about the last one?
The last one, I would probably say food criteria, because you actually you're you're a really slow eater.
Okay.
Because I remember in high school, you would we would go to the dining hall together, or I would arrive. You would arrive first, but every time I'm waiting for you to finish eating the plate.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
literally the same plate of food. It would probably take me like what 2 minutes, and it takes you 10 minutes. So I feel like food criteria, you would. You, I wouldn't say enjoy because I really feel like the high school dining hall wasn't that good. But
Okay, yeah,
hey,
yeah.
you never know. Maybe you enjoy that food and you really take the time.
Yeah, food
Yeah.
critic. Yeah, I just really appreciate my life. That's what I'm saying. But
Right, but you can really see a similarity of these three because I really feel like you can focus on one thing, and I think that's good.
yeah, just really concentrated. You said.
Concentrate, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Gary, for your time.
You're welcome.